Well, she wasn't no Van Gogh or even a Marilyn Monroe. But in Cleveland journalism, she was the queen of the whole show. That's right, folks. Dorothy Violet Schnell Foldheim. You know, there's been a lot of popular names in Cleveland media history. Tom Haley, Del Donahue, Mona Scott, remember her? Judd and John Hambrick, Fred Griffith, Bill Jaycox, and Wilma Smith. But I'll tell you what, their accomplishments and notoriety pale in comparison to one Dorothy Foldheim. Dorothy Schnell was born in 1893 in Passaic, New Jersey. She became an elementary school teacher in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In the 1920s, Schnell married Milton Foldheim, and later they moved to Cleveland, where she worked at WTAM radio, and then began writing for the defunct Cleveland Press. Dorothy Foldheim eventually went international, and prior to World War II, get this, interviewed the likes of Benito Mussolini and Adolf Hitler. In 1947, at the age of 54, she began a career at WEWS TV here in Cleveland, lasting until 1984. In the 60s, she teamed up with Bill Smoochie Gordon to host the 1 O'Clock Club on Channel 5. Of course, it was around that time when Ernie Anderson, better known as Ghoulardi, made fun of Dorothy on his weekly shock theater horror program by referring to her as Dorothy Baby as he blew up a plastic toy model with Foldheim's face on it. Remember that? In the 80s, she flew to London to report on the royal wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana, and to Egypt to cover the funeral of assassinated President Anwar Sadat. And folks, she's doing that stuff in her late 80s. She ain't no spring chicken. Of course, her most heartbreaking moment came in 1980 when her 60-year-old daughter, also named Dorothy, suffered a heart attack while watching her mother on TV, and she died at St. Luke's Hospital shortly after that. Dorothy Foldheim, not long after interviewing President Ronald Reagan via satellite in 1984, suffered a stroke at the ripe old age of 91, thus ending her career. And 5 years later, Dorothy Violet Schnell Foldheim, also known as the First Lady of Television News, passed away. And she's right here in Bet Olam Cemetery on Chagrin Boulevard in Beechwood, Ohio. I thought you might want to see that. Hey, God bless you for watching. This is your Christian reporter, Senino John Paul Scarletti. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.